Maritime piracy cost the global economy nearly $6.9 billion in 2011. That's $1 billion more than Somalia's GDP. However, there is a far costlier side to piracy, and that is the human cost. Seafarers, hostages, and indeed their families. And that human cost is the main focus of a two-day conference taking place here in Dubai. For the first time in 5 years, attacks on merchant shipping in the waters off Somalia are down. In 2011, there were 176 incidents. In the first 6 months of this year, there have only been 30. The pirates' success rate has also been halved, from 28% in 2009 to only 14% last year.
We think the number of attacks have gone down for a variety of reasons. First of all, the shipping industry are using what are called best management practices, which include a number of things, including speeding up the ship when they're in particularly high-risk areas, to putting barbed wire around the perimeter of the ships.
However, with this success, there has been an escalation in violence, with the number of seafarers dying as a result of piracy in this region tripling from 8 in 2009 to 24 in 2011.
The problem is that there is a rise in violence, there are less attacks, but also this captivity rate that I was talking about a moment ago. And I think that the problem still exists. The solution to Somali piracy is not a military option.
And it's that human cost that delegates at this, the second anti-piracy conference being held in Dubai, are here to discuss. The invitation-only summit is hoping to tackle the problem by building on public-private partnerships and strengthening global engagement. The president of Somalia's transitional federal government, Sheikh Sharif Sheikh Ahmed, knows only too well the human cost of piracy. In his address today, he called for more help from the international community and tangible, enforceable results from the two-day Dubai conference. Because it is that difficulty in the enforcement of international law that has always been a stumbling block in fighting maritime piracy. A stumbling block this summit will work to address.
Today, the enforcement are taken individually. Vessels hire security, armed security, to protect them. Also, we've seen more activity with the international navies there, and that is where it's going to be. It needs, of course, a decision from the United Nations. It needs some action.
It is the money that fuels maritime piracy and indeed the industry that has grown up around it, and it's a very real cost that cannot be forgotten.
What is so important for us is not just the economical. The economical is a huge cost. There is an estimate of about close to $6.9 billion the world economy is losing because of the piracy.
The summit in Dubai wraps up tomorrow, and for the estimated 235 hostages being held by pirates off the coast of Somalia, some very real answers from the delegates cannot come soon enough. Abu Dhabi airports have signed a $10.8 billion deal to build a new terminal. The 700,000 square metre midfield building will be built to support growth in passenger traffic at the existing terminals. Construction will start in the third quarter of this year and continue for the next 4 years. It'll be completed by a joint venture of TAV, CCC and Arab Tech.